Yo, so let's talk about putting the work in. So a lot of people don't get, most people, I'm gonna say like 80% of people don't really get what they want out of life. There's some stat that actually says like more than that, it's like unhappy with their career or whatever, but most people don't get what they want out of life because they simply just don't put enough work in. Just going to your job and coming home, I mean, paying the bills, like that's cool. Like you're living depending on how what you call a cool life, but you're living a life where you have a roof over your head, like that's smooth. But if you want more than just the bare minimum, and bare minimum I mean like just a place to live, but like no really flexibility with your time. So you're always working, sleeping, working. Like if you want more than that, you want to eventually make something to where you can step away and not have to always be working to create an income. You have to put more work in. And I'm not talking as if I already have done this. Well, putting the work in I'm doing. I'm not talking about I'm already rich. I will be. But you need to put the work in. Because if you don't, just from looking at older people that have talked to me, like you'll live with regret. If you let time go by, let opportunities go by, each generation is always a golden opportunity to make something happen. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, it's a generation of the internet and mass information. So right now is the time to be putting stuff out online, putting stuff out on websites, like starting a business, investing in stocks. This is the time to do that. And another 20 years is gonna be another time to do something else. So you just have to adapt to your time and put the work in to what's gonna bring value to your life and other people's lives. So working out as an example, when you're working out, a lot of people will get up and go to the gym before work for a couple of days, for a week, and then right when something like starts to get hard, or nothing even has to change, they just lose motivation. So what happens is, so they'll stop going to the gym after they went for a week or a month or whatever. Then 5 months down the line, when they see somebody that they used to go with that stayed in the gym that looks good, they're gonna be like, damn, if I would've just stayed 5 months, I would've been blank. This was me with a lot of things, like especially in school, just using school as an example. A test used to come up, I wouldn't get a grade I want, like I'll get like a B. Sometimes I would get like a C on a quiz or something. I'll be like, if I would've only studied like that for this past 4 months, Consistency. If you don't consistently put the effort in, shit, nothing's gonna happen. You can go outside, shoot, and make 1,000 shots, take 3 months off, and the person that put in 300 shots a day is better than you for that same 3 months. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not putting it up gradually, I mean, there's gonna be times where you fall off, but if you can get back up as soon as possible, you'll eventually get to where you wanna go, eventually. So, consistently put the work in. You wanna consistently put the work in, because if you're not, it's gonna show, number one. Number two, you're never gonna get where you wanna be, and you might as well just not even be investing energy into it, because you're not motivated enough to do it consistently. So when you put the work in, be consistent with putting the work in. And everybody has their own capacity of how much they can do per day. So just because somebody is getting 50 papers done in a day doesn't mean you have to operate at that level. To be consistent for you, to stay consistent for you, you might just do 30 a day and just keep on stacking that 30, versus you doing 50 one day, getting burnt out, taking 3 days off, doing 20, burnt out, or now you feel guilty, so you do 50. Like, no, do what's in your range of productivity. So if 30 is a cool number, if 40 is a cool number of assignments to get done today, or videos to upload, or whatever, do that per day. If you can only work out 4 days a week, but you can do that consistently, do that. 3 days, do that consistently, do that. If you can do 5, do that consistently, do that. Do whatever you can do consistently and ride that out. But don't overshoot and then burn out, take some time off, too much time off, overshoot, burn out, overshoot, burn out. No. ride your own wave and gradually increase the intensity. You're not gonna be a Bill Gates like reader out the gate if you just started reading books a month ago. That takes years to get to. You're not gonna be a Floyd Mayweather type boxer and you just started boxing a year ago, 2 years ago. You're not gonna be a Steph Curry shooter, you just started playing basketball a year ago. It takes time to build skills, it takes time to master skills, it takes time to get better at doing whatever you wanna do. You know what I'm saying? So you can't just think that shit's gonna come and you're gonna know what to do and you could just work this hard as somebody else you're seeing. It might work for them, but you gotta remember, what you're seeing is the surface level. You're not seeing all the hours and times and that they're getting up early to do what they do, the rest of they do. Like, you're not seeing that. You're just seeing the end result. You can't operate at their level if you haven't put the work in to get to that level. So that's called being consistent. Do what you can do and then go from there. So another thing is, people have no plan. So another thing is, people have no plan. So some people could be working hard, literally for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Just to get money. And I mean, if you're just working a job and you just working to get money, like, and your job isn't really providing that much value for other people, I mean, it probably is, but you're not like seeing it, or like you're not directly involved, or you don't even have time to see how what you're doing is impacting others. That's kind of not fulfilling, to just work and not have time to enjoy your life, or at least see the fruits of your labor. You know what I'm saying? So I met this girl last weekend, and then oh yeah, I work 12 hours, I work from this job to this job, I just go home and sleep for 3 hours, and I work here the next day. I was like, well, why you do that? What you saving for? I just like to work. I mean, at least have like a direction where you put in your energy and efforts and focus. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool to work hard, it's cool to do things to bring in more income, more resources for you and your family. But what is it going towards? I thought you were gonna say she's saving for a house, or I'm investing in stock, or I'm starting a business, or I'm paying off my car. Like, it was literally, I just like to work. And like, that's cool, but have a plan. Like, nobody gets an award for who can stay up 24 hours and sustain that the longest. Nobody gets an award for who's the most tired at the end of the day. Nobody gets an award for that shit. So working hard just to say you're doing it, I mean, it's not really productive to me, because I mean, like, you could run on a treadmill, but you're not gonna get the same view as somebody that's running in the street. You know what I'm saying? Looking at a view of the scenery outside. Like, I know that's a sorry ass analogy, but hopefully you guys get the point. So another thing is about putting in hard work. If you put in average effort, you're gonna get average results. So I just like relating shit to school, because it's the easiest shit to scale. You know what I'm saying? So if you study for an hour a week, but somebody is studying for 6 hours a week, you might get a C. The other person is just gonna get an A just off of putting in more time, period. If you make 50 songs a week in the studio, somebody else is making 5. Your skill at rapping, at singing, at whatever you're doing in the studio is gonna grow exponentially more than somebody that's just doing something 5 times a week compared to your 50 times a week. You know what I'm saying? So you have to put in more than average effort. If somebody's getting up at 8 a.m. every day and getting their day started, but you're getting up at 5 every day and getting your day started, over time you're going to surpass them, and over time they're going to get to a point of no return to where they cannot catch you anymore, just because of those hours adding up. an extra 3 hours of you being up longer than them, that's 3 times, that's 21 hours. That's almost a whole ass day you have on them of work time. A whole day per week. You're adding a day per week. So their Sunday is your Monday again, technically. You know what I'm saying? Just putting in more effort and directing that effort with a plan will bring you ahead of everybody else, of your competition at least. You know what I'm saying? And you don't need to be crazy better. You don't need to be a little bit better, a little bit smarter, strategy a little bit more on point than somebody else. And all the people that you see and respect put in a lot of work. So the Mike Zuckerbergs, the LeBrons, the Kobes, the Serena Williams, they know that people will get bored. They literally just saw them practicing shooting or hitting the tennis ball or reading. They know people wouldn't want to see that shit on camera, so they probably don't even bother to put it out there like that. But that time that they're putting in is giving them the results that you're seeing. So I think it's the Pareto principle, the 80-20 rule or something like that, where 80% of what you see is done by 20% of the effort. So that 2, 3 hours, 4 hours they spend training is showing on TV, on apps like Facebook, on Microsoft, in the tennis room, I don't know, I guess court. You know what I'm saying? On the basketball court, in the gym, in the boxing ring. That time they spend training is what you see on TV. You know what I'm saying? And that's done with putting the work in over time. The skills being built over time. So, long story short, put the work in, please. It probably will feel monotonous at times. Not probably it will. You won't feel motivated all the time. You won't feel like it's working a lot of the times, but it is. Trust the process, put the work in, be a different version, a better version of yourself, so you look back at life fulfilled. All right.